Okay, so these two the red and the green line basically represent your club shaft as you're coming into the same position. All right, so when your arm's in the pre-hit position, that's your new shaft now, and that's your old shaft. There's a difference in the angle there we can see. So this was your old setup. Again, a little bit sort of, you sort of square the shoulders up with a sort of shimmy around, but you weren't quite doing it correctly. You kind of got here and then sort of move your shoulders sort of there to try and adjust, but you hadn't done the club correctly, so it's kind of a slightly incorrect way of doing it. Got to there, okay. Club gets a bit steep, and then when you start coming back in the golf ball now, when your hands kind of get into pre-hit position, that's your club shaft, okay? So coming down quite steep, club face is likely to be open, you're coming across the golf ball, you're going to get one of three things, okay? That big curve out to the right, it'll smother low left if you try to stop slicing it, or when it just pops way up in the air, and that's going to kill your yardage. Backspin increases, launch angle's too high, yeah, you've lost 20, 30, 40, 50 yards if you're not careful, okay? So this one here now with a slight change, so you can see now you're sort of turn the club up in the air a little bit, dropping it down and then moving your shoulders, so your left arm now is more visible. This movement here now is your practice swing drill, okay? So the arms are just moving down. Obviously this position here now, we said that club sort of lining up with your foot, this is way behind you, but you're practicing this at the other extreme to find somewhere in the middle of where you were before, okay? So doing this a few times, and then just at the end, your body, you can see it's coming on the corner. That club's working really shallow into the golf ball, back into impact, okay? Then when we hit it, again, you see the club now coming back down. That club's a lot more behind you as we come into the pre-hit position there. There's the club head. There's your club shaft through your right forearm. Just pretty much spot on, yeah? As you come into impact here now, you can see the club now working from a good angle, nice and shallow. Your lower half's able to release through nicely, so your footwork is better. You look at this one here now, trying to pull across the golf ball, okay? Look at your lack of footwork. I mean, your hands are probably in a similar position there. Look how much your foot hasn't worked, because you're kind of doing that to try and swing it left, so you can't get off that back foot, yeah? So everything's swinging off the back foot, across the ball and steep, which I say results in low smothers, skies or slices. We can get your body working more effectively on the way through this way, because the path now is more in that direction. Your body's going to work better, the backswing is going to reduce, the start direction is going to improve. And then over time, and that's why I said swing path for me, and I said to anyone, has to make sense, yeah? If your golf ball's curving this way a little bit, it now makes sense for you to start the ball a little bit further right, doesn't it, yeah? If your golf ball's doing that, where the hell are you going to want to start right target? You'll start a right target and just wave goodbye to it, unless you're on the joining fairways maybe, okay? So you've got to see a golf ball curving right to left with that tweak in the setup we said. Lift the club, turn it, not much to be fair, a degree or two, maybe three, drop him down, tilt your spine angle, gets your right shoulder under, your right arm underneath. You can see your left arm looking down the line there, as we said. It just changes everything. And then, yeah, ball flat now, much more down the target line. You hit one that did pick up, there was quality, and one that didn't pick up, was even better. But you felt how good it was. And again, we said at the start, okay, you get a lot more shots now. You play dot to dot with the first six you had before. I mean, those six are almost outside all your golf balls now, aren't they? Yeah? They're almost in that sort of smaller, sort of shorter dispersion area. Okay, mate? Does that make sense? Yeah. So slight tweak of setup, adjust the shoulders as accordingly to get yourself in this square position. I think you remembered some of it about, I got my shoulders square, but you were doing it from an incorrect position. The club face then wasn't actually going to be square, it's going to be open as a result of that. And then, as I said, you get that shape of shot, you try and fix it, smother hooks, skies and slices. Okay, mate? Right, have a few more in, buddy. See if we can get some more down the middle of that fairway, okay, mate?